Hi, so the next question comes from someone called Kiddy Boo Kiddy. And the question is, what do monks eat and how do you view food with regards to your existence? Monks eat almost whatever is put in their bowls, um, with the qualifier that do tend to separate the food out into that food that is um, considered to be healthy and beneficial to the body, and that food which is unhealthy and unbeneficial. So a lot of fatty foods and sweet foods and so on. Um, we're allowed to separate them out. We don't have to just eat blindly whatever we get. But once that hurdle has been passed, we don't generally express much preference in regards to this food or that food. Though we're not allowed to eat meat that has been killed for our benefit, and we're not allowed to eat raw flesh and so on. We're not allowed to eat certain types of meat like snake and elephant and lion and a lot of maybe the more repulsive or exotic foods. How do I view food with regards to my existence? Well, the Buddha taught that there are four kinds of food, and the first kind is the food that we eat. This is the rice and the curries and the hamburgers and the sandwiches and so on, or whatever you get in whatever culture. Um, Anything that is of nutritious value to a person. The second type of food is contact. And the meaning of food here is something that brings fruit, something that brings a result. So the result of the physical food is that it brings strength and sustenance to the body. But another type of food, something that feeds you or brings some kind of fruit, is contact. So when you see, when you hear, when you smell, when you taste, when you feel, when you think, this is also a sort of a type of food. It feeds the mind, and as a result, there arise all sorts of defilements. When you see food, for instance, it makes your mouth water, even though you haven't even tasted it, because there's the contact between the eye and the food. It brings about a liking or disliking. This is the cause of all of the good things and bad things that exist in our mind, why we get attached to things, why we get repulsed by things. It's also how we become enlightened through connecting with reality and coming to see it clearly for what it is. The third type of food is called volition or intention, and this is karma. This is the good and the bad deeds that we decide to do when we decide to hurt someone, when we decide to help someone, when we decide to say something nasty, or when we decide to say something nice and helpful. It's our intention that is a food. It's something that feeds the world around us. It feeds our reality. So when we intend to hurt someone, it's that which brings about the all of our actions that hurt and do nasty things to others. When we have the intention to help other people, then it feeds all of our actions in the other direction. The fourth type of food is is consciousness. So it's our consciousness which feeds all of our experience, all of our reality. Our reality is based on consciousness. If there were no consciousness, then we wouldn't have any awareness, obviously, of reality. There would be no reality for us. There would be no world. There would be no existence. So consciousness is considered the fourth type of food. Um, so that's probably a little bit more of a philosophical answer than you were expecting, but that's how I regard food. Food is something that brings a result. Whatever feeds my experience or feeds my reality, I consider that to be food. As far as the physical lumps of rice and curry and so on, that's really just a part of it, and it's something that generally feeds the negative side of our reality, the addictive side, where we become addicted to certain types of food, and that's certainly something that we try not to feed and we try to cut off. And so I only generally eat one meal a day, and try to be very mindful when I eat, being aware of the tastes and aware of the feeling of the food in the mouth and going down the throat, and just being aware of it for what it is, seeing it as something something ordinary and something phenomenal, something in terms of the phenomenology of it, the reality of it. It's a phenomenon that arises and ceases. It's something that comes and goes, and it has no substance in and of itself. And the act of eating brings about a fruit for the body, that it allows the body to continue on for one more day. Okay, so hope that's of interest. Thanks for the question.